Hi, Gregory Giannakabo here. I'm showing a book to you written by a friend of ours, actually. The Small Biz Balancing Act. It's written a few years ago. It's available on Amazon. And in here she points out the difference between trying to get something done or trying to get it perfect, and why it's important to get something done. Procrastination actually is a cousin to perfectionism. And when you sort of feel you have to have everything perfect, then you tend to procrastinate because it's hard to get things perfect. And it's sort of that the last 10% of your project almost never gets done. I suffer from this myself, actually. You need people around you actually to keep you pumped up, to keep you accountable. So make sure when you're working on a project, someone's working with you or someone's holding you accountable. You might have a mentor or a coach, or there's accountability groups. There's even there's some apps you can actually join where you sign up for an accountability partner. You need to do that, because what people really need from you is they need what you have to give them. They need the project, they need the product, they need your service more than they need it to be perfect. So while you're sitting at home for an extra 3 months trying to get that last 10% just perfect, those people have had to suffer, so to speak, for 3 months without your product, and you're missing all that income and sales and influence. I had a publishing company that I started, one I referred to that I started on my dining room table, that became a really big company. And but still, what actually held the company back, probably, sorry about the dogs, you know, you do something live like this and this is what you get stuck with. I don't think I ever sold an extra book that we ever, out of the thousands and tens of thousands of books we sold, I don't think we ever sold an extra book by me spending extra days going through it, every word. You know, I used to read them backwards to proofread them. I already had a professional editor. What was I doing taking my Saturday afternoon reading a book backward to proofread everything? Why? Because I was a perfectionist. I didn't want a comma in the wrong place. I didn't want an apostrophe where it shouldn't be. I didn't want any misspellings. And I had professionals handling this, and yet somehow I suffered from this. It was terrible. I gave up a lot of afternoons in the pool with the kids. I gave up some trips by trying to make everything perfect. You know what? Nobody cared. I've bought books from famous authors, from big publishing houses. There's mistakes in them, and I don't ask for my money back. I don't think the book's terrible. It's just a mistake. It's a typo. But I'm just so, typos bother me. I'm like the grammar police. I think they say grammar Nazi. So this is an issue I have to deal with, and I deal with it all the time, actually. But don't you deal with it. So I'm telling you now from experience, get your project done. It doesn't have to be perfect. People want to see you alive. They want to see you projecting your energy. They want the knowledge that you have trapped in your head. And that's something that's really important to keep in mind. So let's get that product out there. You find some typos, you can always fix them. Nowadays with digital publishing, it's so easy. You send it out, 5 days later, you see an apostrophe in the wrong place, you can change it. You see a typo, you can change it. It's not the end of the world. Believe me, folks, it's not the end of the world. So let's get those projects done. Let's slay that dragon, as she calls it, that perfectionist dragon. Let's slay that, and let's get our energy focused on getting projects and get them out the door, and let's help people with things, all right? Thanks very much.